Welcome to Ballet Bites. Today we're diving deep, like really deep, into the art and science of fuel for dancers. We're breaking down carbs, protein, hydration, red S, and even some smart
Yeah,
supplements.
absolutely. Right, so starting off with carbs, dancers basically need a lot more than they might think, correct?
Right. Exactly. Think of it like this. It's like you're driving a high-performance car and you need premium fuel. Dancers who weigh, say, 55 kilos should be getting anywhere between 330 to 400 grams on a regular training day.
I see, and what about on heavy days when, say, there's extra cardio or double shows?
Well, on heavy days you need even more. Think around 7 to 10 grams per kilogram. Essentially, you front-load a bit before class with quick snacks like a banana and yogurt, then rein it in with trail mix or dates during rehearsal, and then reload post-class with a mix of carbs and protein.
Right, so it's more like a constant topping up process.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like Louise Burke's work emphasizes, it's not just one big meal, but continuous carb availability to keep those turns sharp.
And speaking of sharp, let's talk protein. How much protein is really needed to keep those landing mechanics on point?
Great question. The recommendations are about 1.4 to 2.0 grams per kilogram per day. To break that down, each eating occasion should ideally include 20 to 40 grams of protein, roughly every 3 to 4 hours.
So if you're dancing and if you're a 60-kilo dancer, that translates to, well, around 15-25 grams in snacks and 25-35 grams during meals, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the timing is crucial, especially post-practice. The window of about 30-60 minutes is prime for kicking off muscle repair.
But I wonder, isn't it a bit overstated to stress that window to perfection? I mean, if you miss it once, does it really derail your recovery?
Yeah, that's a fair point. While that post-dance window is ideal, it's really the overall daily pattern that counts. Missing one post-practice snack sometimes isn't catastrophic, but consistently hitting that period is the goal.
Makes sense. It's like with training, consistency is key. Now, what about hydration and electrolytes? It seems both water and sodium have big...
Oh yes, hydration is all about balance. Dancers should aim for what I call the pale lemonade hydration test and also keep an eye on weight changes. Losing more than about 2% body mass during a session is too much.
That's interesting. So say in a hot studio, how much sodium should one aim for?
Right. For prolonged sessions, around 300-600 milligrams per hour during heavy sweating is beneficial. It can come from sports drinks or even salty snacks. And remember, post-session, replenish about 125 or 150% of the fluid lost.
Right. Keeping that electrolyte balance going preserves performance and reduces cramping. Speaking of, we should definitely touch on that big elephant in the room, red S.
Absolutely. Red S, or relative energy deficiency in sport, is a big red flag, especially in ballet. It affects not just performance, but overall health. Think menstrual disturbances, low bone density, stress fractures, fatigue, and mood shifts.
It's quite serious, isn't it? And it really shifts the narrative away from blaming a dancer's willpower to understanding it as a systemic issue.
Yeah, exactly. It's not about personal failure. Early action is key. Start by tracking your energy availability across a week. If you're falling short, typically adding an extra 200 to 300 calories, mostly carbs, can make a considerable difference in how you feel.
And there's also that bone protection aspect with ensuring adequate calcium and vitamin D, right?
Yep, calcium and vitamin D are crucial, especially during heavy training loads. And it's important to not drastically cut carbs because doing so can negatively impact bone turnover.
That totally resonates. Now, let's pivot to supplements. I'm curious, are things like caffeine, creatine, and collagen really beneficial for dancers?
They can be, but with caution. Caffeine, for instance, at about 3 to 6 mg per kilogram, roughly 45 to 60 minutes before exercise can enhance performance. But precision matters. You gotta test it on rehearsal days first.
Right, because you don't want any surprises right before a performance. And what about creatine?
Creatine supports explosive effort, which can be useful, though the evidence in female athletes is still mixed. A 2023 study even showed increases in total body water and body mass in dancers using creatine. Standard dosing tends to be 3 to 5 grams daily, without a loading phase.
So small gains, but with potential water weight increase due to creatine. And collagen, how does that come into play?
Collagen, specifically gelatin with vitamin C about an hour before loading, can boost collagen synthesis. It's not a magic cure, but supports high-impact tissues like tendons and feet when combined with proper training.
That's like giving your body some extra reinforcement where it really counts. But I guess the golden rule is supplements can't replace underfueling, right?
Exactly. If your carbs, protein, and overall energy are off, no supplement is going to patch up the deficit. It's like painting over a cracked foundation.
So, in practice, dancers should have a strategic checklist. What did the content suggest for quick practical takeaways?
They did outline a fast checklist. First off, have portable snacks. Bananas, dates, yogurt tubes, trail mix, stuff you can grab quickly. Then, anchor meals. A balanced breakfast, a hearty lunch between rehearsals, a recovery shake post-session, and dinner that restores both energy and mood.
That sounds like a blueprint to keeping energy levels steady all day. And for carbs again, it's the 5-7 grams per kilogram every day, with an increase to 7 to 10 on heavy days, right?
Yeah, and to emphasize timing, quick carbs pre-class and between sessions, and more robust mixed meals during other times, just like the Nutrition for Athletes model suggests.
Right. Let's not forget about hydration. Starting with that pale lemonade consistency, sipping through class, plus the 300-600 mg sodium per hour in hot conditions, followed by that 125-150% fluid replacement. It's really a comprehensive routine.
Absolutely. And when all these elements are in place, fueling becomes a performance skill in its own right, something as non-negotiable as a daily plie or run-through.
Before we wrap, I just want to challenge one point for a moment. Some might argue that the strict stuff, like immediately tracking every calorie or snack, could potentially trigger more stress. Isn't there a risk of over-focusing on details and detracting from the art itself?
I get that perspective, and it's a valid concern, but it's more about awareness than obsession, using these strategies as tools for sustained performance rather than a strict regimented checklist. It's all about finding balance.
That balance, right? Fuel is essentially the foundation on which dancers build their artistry.
Yeah, right. And if you can blend both the scientific approach and the intuitive artistic side of dance, you're setting yourself up for longevity and peak performance.
I love that synthesis. Before we sign off, any final quick tips?
Just this. Plan your snacks like you plan your rehearsals and listen to your body. Consistent fuel, hydration, and recovery practices are just as integral as your technique and artistry.
Absolutely. That's perfect. Thanks for this deep dive. It's been enlightening and super practical for every dancer trying to optimize their performance.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Keep moving, keep fueling, and remember, good nutrition is the ultimate partner in your dance journey.
Catch you next time on Ballet Bites.